Greetings once again from Eastern East 24. I send by Kopo Sinketa Malanu Nama. I see Kwakan Konye Chidi. Yes, I look wow. Diko Sidi Kabapuni also with Telunozi, Nkajumakia, we Biadiku Nano, Kosia Botunebeti teacher, no Buddha, but stomach at the injustice against the people of Ndibo and the Mazen the Kanos, ladies. Dikuno no Galaga, how Nigerian government is negotiating with terrorists. In the north, why can't you negotiate with Mazen Namdekano? Matupu Nganiru further on this statement. Oh, the Yentokun Gay. Yes, Gaya Bife, but according to the activist, the Biafra activist, exposed 10 shocking secrets why Nigerian government is keeping Mazen Namdekano at DSS custody. Revealed as TVC News bias the condition. So please pay attention to this audio. Yes, we are still coming back to talk more on this. All right, over to you, sir.
Jide of TVC has continued his stupidity and bias against the truth in the public. I don't want to talk too much. I will just go ahead and play the video from TVC News for you to listen to the analysis of these very terrorists, that you may understand the kind of people you have in the zoo media space. I'm not going to play the full video because this video is about 34 minutes. But I want to show you the ending part of the video for you to see and hear for yourself the kind of idiots, self-centered individuals that are currently occupying Nigerian media space. So without further ado, let us watch and listen to this criminal.
We didn't see any progress. So, and it's still possible to resolve that matter out of court. What a lot of people are bothered about is if it's released today, what will happen? Will he continue his armed struggle against the Nigerian state? Will he continue to push for the independence of Biafra?
To begin with, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not in any armed struggle with the zoo. The formation of the Eastern Security Network, even the name, as the name implies, has already, explained what the ESN stands for. The Eastern Security Network is just a mere vigilante group, a mere vigilante outfit. That is exactly what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu set up, because he was crying and crying and crying on top of his voice on the then Radio Biafra, calling on the so-called Southeast governors and so-called political elites to set up a Moteku kind of vigilante outfit in the entire East. They did not listen to him because of the pressure from their masters in Asorok. They couldn't do anything, and Fulani was invading the communities in the East, Nanibo. After the formation of Amoteku in the West, then Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had no other option if not to set up Eastern Security Network in protection of our people from the invading Fulani terrorists. According to him, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he made it very, very open to everybody the reason why ESN was set up. And we cannot go above what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said. That means it is not for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And you cannot tell me that for him to set up a security outfit to defend his people against the invading Fulani terrorists, which is currently ravaging the entire Nigeria, you cannot tell me that such move is a crime. So if you say I'm struggle, that one, you are the one who is saying it. We are going based on what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said and what he did with the ESN. So when you talk about Biafra Liberation Army, then that is a different ball game, which is not from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not set up Biafra Liberation Army, as Biafra, under Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's leadership, as at then, did not have an army. You understand? Until Biafra agitation formed a government in the absence of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, then the government cannot continue to operate with a mere vigilante group. Then the government has to form an army to operate, which is the right thing to do. And it is still within the confines of the law, both locally and internationally, for self-determination and self-defense. So, talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, ending what you call armed struggle, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the first place did not tell anybody that he or we are into armed struggle. He never said it. If you have any place where he said it, kindly bring the video or bring the evidence, let the whole world see. Now, let us continue.
The president promised to address the outstanding issues, like even this agitation, separatist agitation. He promised on the soapbox that he will address the matter. So it's not impossible for him to say, okay, we've been having a series of meetings, we've decided to discontinue this matter. But as I've always said, it will only happen if Nnamdi Kanu agrees to some conditions. And one of those conditions will be that henceforth he will cease to agitate for the balkanization of the Nigerian state.
Point of correction, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not agitating for the balkanization of your beloved Nigerian state. What Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is saying is, allow me and my people to go. So, why Nigeria will continue as a state? It is not balkanization. You, Jide, as a Yoruba man, you have every right to remain in Nigeria. Of course. So that is not balkanization of the zoo. The zoo will continue as a state, while the Igbo people will be on their own. It is very, very simple as ABCD. It's not balkanization. We know the meaning of balkanization, right? And you telling Mazi Nnamdi Kanu he must no longer agitate for Biafra, that makes you a coward. That makes you a fool, because it has proven beyond every reasonable doubt that you lack civilization. You do not have civilization. You understand? So when you talk about balkanization, no, we don't care about your zoo. Hold your zoo, keep your zoo, and allow us to go. Continue with your zoo, continue with Fulani. It has nothing to do with us. That is not balkanization. The only way to go is to call the people, ask them what they want, dialogue with them. If they insist that they want exit, then you give them referendum. Let them decide. If you do not want to go with, Biafra Republic Government in Exile self-referendum that took place last year, so be it. Then give them a fresh referendum that will be supervised by the United Nations. So let the people decide where they want to belong. Time has gone when you cow people and, hold them together at the gunpoint. Jide, or whatever you call yourself, going to Nigerian school and speaking English does not make you civilized. It does not brush up your head. It does not brush up your mentality. Because no matter how you try to shower a goat or a monkey will always remain a monkey. If you like, throw him in a swimming pool, shower him till thy kingdom come, wear him the best suit, he will remain a monkey. And that is exactly what you have proven. You understand? But let us continue.
He will renounce all forms of armed struggle and mobilization of people for the actualization of Biafra. If
you see, first of all, he said he will renounce all form of armed struggle. I've already addressed that one, so I don't have to go back and forth. Now, he said he will end all form of mobilization for the restoration of Biafra. Jide, or whatever you call yourself, are you aware that there is no way you can stop a dream of coming true? if that dream is destined to come true. Are you aware that Biafra is a dream that is destined to come true? And there is no amount of imprisonment, there is no amount of propaganda, there is no amount of wishy-washy statements and other nonsense you are doing on social media or your media platform owned by Tinubu that can stop the dream of Biafra from coming true. You must have asked yourself, but why are we still here talking about Biafra? After the war ended in 1970, Ojukwu died. Owazirike picked it up in 1999, ended his own. Then, after so many years, there come Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You adopted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, renditioned him to the zoo, illegally imprisoned him. And now, you have Mazi Nnamdi Njoku. Mazi Nnamdi Njoku has been illegally imprisoned again, all the way in Finland, and people are still talking about Biafra. People are still agitating. The Biafra Liberation Army is still there, neutralizing the terrorists, making sure that the terrorists in uniform do not take over the entire Biafra land and turn our land into, middle belt. Yet you are there, sitting like a moron that you are, talking to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Do you know how high we rate him? Do you know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we hold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the highest standard? You are not aware, but you are there talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, instructing him on what to do before Tinubu will release him. Go and dream more. Mad people everywhere. Let's continue.
He will agree to do this. I'm sure that the government may consider making a deal with him. But if anyone thinks that Sowore marching through the streets of Abuja, Atiku joining him or anybody joining him will simply lead to the instant release of Nnamdi Kanu without conditionalities, that person must be joking.
You see, that's the last word I want everybody to hear. This stupid man, this very biased individual, has made it very, very clear that no matter what Sowore does, no matter who joins him in the protest, that the zoo government led by Tinubu, controlled by Fulani, cannot allow Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to walk free. And I want to sit here in the studio of Biafra Unite to tell Jide, to hell with your ideology, to hell with your statement, to hell with your mentality, to hell with your proposal. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, through his lawyer, spoke a couple of days ago that offers have been coming to his table while he's still in the DSS dungeon to drop the agitation for Biafra. But he refused. The same offer was given to him in 2015. He rejected it. 2016, he rejected it. 2017, he rejected it. And eventually, he was released in 2017. You understand? And when he was released, he continued his agitation. So one thing you must understand is that this is an ideology. And this very dream of a free Biafra can never die. I want you to understand it. It can never die. And there is no amount of pressure that you people will mount on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that will make him bow. He will never bow. So the earlier you people understand this, the better for all of you. And Jide, or whatever you call yourself, I know you love the zoo, your beloved zoo nation. I know you love it. But I equally know that you do not love Igbo people. You hate Igbos. I know. No matter how much you try to pretend, I know that you hate Igbo. But I want to let you know that your hatred against Igbo does not stop the blessings of Igbo, does not stop the Igbo people to exhale, blossom, and shine in the world. And it cannot stop the coming of Biafra. And it cannot stop the Igbo people from, being free. and lead themselves. It doesn't change anything. The truth of the matter is that 99.999% of Ndi Igbo today want freedom from the zoo. That is the truth of the matter. Forget about the Southeast politicians, which they are very, very few in number. So let me tell you, Jide, you have failed completely. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can never denounce Biafra. He can never abandon Biafra. And if anything happens to him in the custody of the zoo, we will turn everywhere upside down in the zoological republic. Then you will understand that the Igbo people are keeping quiet does not mean that they don't know what to do. Pray that he's released healthily and nothing happens to him. Mad people everywhere. Now let us see what happens. As everybody is on top of this matter now, let us see what happens. Let us see if you continue to hold people at the gunpoint. Let us see if you will continue to force people into a union that they do not desire to be. Let us see how it goes. Let us see how this game will play out.
Ndị be anyị kwadalụ dị nnenu dịka unu si wee na-esore n'ụbọchị egwuregwu nke taa n'elu akwụkwọ na Eastern News 24. Ọ na-anụgo n'ife nwanne anyị wetara anyị. Ọ ya amasị anyị na ọ bụ na nke ụbọchị izu gị na-esore ka gbarụ ketụsa ya bụ ozi. Ọzọ dịka ibe ya bụ achọkwa ka idere na akara kọmentị ife iche n'ụdị nke gị gbasara maka iwe ya bụ ife niile a ịnụ n'iru akwụkwọ n'ụbọchị egwuregwu nke taa. Mgbaka ebe si ya na ụmụnne m.